What is up, everybody? Welcome back here to Ohio State football with Scarlet N Great here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a nice loaded show today to review the Buckeyes beatdown of the Boilermakers and recap all that and moving forward into a massive showdown with Sparty this weekend. College game day will be there. Hopefully some other people will be there. We got a little bit of a military theme going today. I'm rocking. Ohio State doesn't make enough of this military theme Buckeye stuff, but in my mind, I think that they should do more. I really like it. So we got the AR in the background over here. It's Veterans Day week, and the NFL's doing salute to service, so we thought we'd do a little bit of it too. Obviously, myself, 11-year Navy veteran. For those of you who don't know, Cory, huge supporter of the military. You've seen, the New England Patriots, huge supporter of the military today, and worked out well for them in the beatdown of the Browns. Moving on, we are going to talk again about this Buckeye offense, the defense, and everything in between. Also want to say this huge matchup Saturday. I will be in town for the game. I'll be at Coach Zach Smith's tailgate. My 215-pound long-haul trucker wife will be there as well. Braxton Miller and Zach Smith's tailgate. So please come check it out. It's at the Point on Lane, right across from the varsity club, kind of right there on the corner of Tuttle and Lane. Get your tickets online or at the door. Come see us. Come hang out. It'll be a great time. I'm going to go ahead and stop rambling about how much we love the troops and how much we love. You know what? Real quick for you guys. Thumbs down to this video if you don't support the troops, but thumbs up if you like America. Let's show our patriotism right here. See how many likes we get. See how many thumbs down. See how many troop haters are out there. Some Michigan fans, I bet. I'm going to put all that aside, and I am going to, whenever he fixes himself, I'm going to bring in Florida Cory, and there he is. All right. He was doing something we can't allow on Veterans Week here. Florida Cory, my friend.
But it wasn't anything naughty. So
It wasn't. It was just had a little spasm there in your thumb.
Thumb was pointing the wrong direction.
That's right. Everybody here is patriotic. Everybody here loves America, yourself included. Everybody here loves them. Some Ohio State Buckeyes offense. How about that, Cory? This is a game. In the second half, scoring won't tell you. You have to watch this game. You know those games where you just blast an opponent by halftime? And then, like in the second half,
end of the first quarter,
but then in the second half, they genuinely sputter, or they milk the clock, or a little bit of both. This one was all game long. Should have been 66 points, but Ryan Day was gracious, like Xerxes. He told Jeff Brom, "You will find that I am kind." These other teams. They ask you to fight, and I only require that you let us kneel on your goal line when we're about to punch it in and go up 66-31. That was an absolute offensive explosion. Cory, over 600 yards of offense against 25th ranked defense. Now they won't be 25th ranked after that, but coming in there with the 25th ranked defense, 600 yards of offense. Look, the team was averaging like 540, right? And people say, well, who have they played? And like, okay, now we're going to go up against a Spoilermaker team who's beat some teams people say they shouldn't have. We're going against a team with a decent offense that will rest their defense to come at our offense. And it was just, Ryan Day was just like a gunslinger, just dialing up, putting the athletes where they needed to be. Garrett Wilson reminded everybody that he's not here to play second fiddle to anybody. Cory, what was your thoughts when you just saw this offense just continue to coiled spring explode?
Well, first thing, like you said, Ryan Day was putting on a play calling clinic that day. For the people who've been questioning him the past couple of weeks, there were people up in Nebraska who thought he should give up his play calling duties. Well, I mean, let's be real. I mean, no, let's say no to that one. He is the best. Yeah, he's the best young play caller in college football. I don't really care what anybody says. And frankly, I don't think too many head coaches do it very well. He's one of the only head coaches I see that does it really well. But anyway, that being said, it was an offensive performance. Like, again, and Purdue's a decent defense. This wasn't like, normal Purdue defenses in the past were like rated 130th in the country or whatever.
Right.
That was a decent defense, and they beat 2 top 5 teams. And quite frankly, I figured our offense for the last couple of weeks, so look good. It'd be fine. It'd do enough to win. I didn't expect this.
Yeah, they didn't look like themselves the last few weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And I understand Penn State's a really good defense. Don't get me wrong. I understand Nebraska's a much better than advertised defense.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, again, you would just wonder what the identity is when we can't run the ball. But CJ Stroud wasn't looking great the last couple of weeks. Comes out. Did they make a mistake? I can't even remember one. So it was pretty incredible to watch. It was one of the few games where the offense literally could do just whatever it wanted, and they attacked horizontally, vertically, every side of the field. They did everything they wanted to do with Purdue. And Jeff Brom said it after the game. He was like, "Look, they could have beat us a lot worse. They could have put whatever they wanted to." So he knew it. I mean, you could see the frustration on his face every time we just go down and score like it was nothing, like it wasn't even difficult. And it was big plays. It was methodical drives. It was just chipping away at clock. I think we went through a quarter and a half or 2 quarters where we didn't even have but 2 third downs. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, this is what's nuts to me. Miyan Williams goes in, right? Miyan Williams goes in, Cory, and everybody knows that you're just gonna run the ball, right? And that is so hard to run the ball when they know it's just going to. You ever see there's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the NFL, and the team with the lead has the ball, and the other team knows they're going to try to run it?
Of course.
They absolutely get nowhere and have to punt, and that's why you get all these last-second drives in the NFL. Miyan Williams, the backup, goes in, and he just methodically drives down the field, and then they graciously take a knee.
I bet he had some words for that. He's like, "Really, Coach Day? Really? I just ate up all that clock, got you down here. You can't even give me the score."
Yeah, I thought that was a little bit. Look, my take was you absolutely have to be a good sport, but the committee doesn't watch the games. Not until
I did see your post game. I liked your post game. Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
They don't watch the game, so just run it up and tell Jeff Brom, "Look, dude, I'm sorry. I got kids to feed. You know what I mean? I'm trying to eat, dude.
I'd be telling Jeff Brom, "Oh, were you letting up against us in 2018? No."
I like it. Look, man.
This is football. This is what I hate about this today. When world, we gotta now. Granted, teams have been doing this for years, but we gotta all your bad sports. Stop us.
Well, and you got one on us that we needed to get back. It's not the revenge he's after; it's the reckoning.
Got a little bit of hair on my hat somehow.
Well, that's you're going to have that. Speaking of, I just want to go a few quick things, Cory. Our third down efficiency, we only had 7 third downs in the whole game, 1 fourth down. When you only have 7 third downs in a game,
that's ridiculous.
And you put up 624. This was Akron type performance.
Yeah,
it might have been
better than Akron.
Yeah, I mean, no interceptions, no fumbles lost. Purdue actually, I think, lost 2 fumbles.
Yeah, I remember when they brought in Jack Plummer, I think his name is, and immediately for handoff, and it goes. I was like, "Why'd you try to get cute? You were throwing the ball successfully there." I mean, Brom really killed them in this game in a lot of ways, just doing stupid things. And of course, that one guy trying to pick up the ball instead of fair catching. I mean, they made some stupid mistakes.
Yeah, some other mistakes we'll get into. I want to get into this though, real quick, Cory, because we talked about the good. Ohio State's definitely guys out there. Ohio State, bar none, is the best offense.
Can I coattail your comment about what? No, I'm not. I'm having a stroke.
Are you having a stroke?
Yeah.
Let me see your hands.
Yeah, that game was giving me, the defense was giving me a stroke. We'll get into that in a second. But I want to coattail off your comment about Garrett Wilson. We all knew he was good. Right? We knew he was already good. I don't think he needed a coming out party, but if there was ever a coming out party, this was it. In a game full, I think you made the point in your post game, in a game full of stars, he was shining brightest. It was unreal just how impactful. Oh, I mean, like, everywhere he on the field, he impacted the game. When he had to make a tough catch, he made the tough catch. When he had to get open, he got open. When he had to make a move in the open field, he made a move in the open field. When they said, "Oh yeah, by the way, now we're going to do a jet sweep and run the ball off the edge here because that's going to take people out of the box," and then he just goes 51 yards. It's just he's unreal. Look, I love Chris Olave, and Jaxon Smith-Njigba is coming on as a superstar, but right now, to me, Wilson is the guy.
Yeah. Look, how many games could we do this with him if we just chose to?
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm sure they do. And he's going to have a bright future. I hope we win a title this year because I would hate to think you get Garrett Wilson for 3 years. And
I want him in Green Bay, but Aaron Rodgers ain't going to be there much longer, so it doesn't matter.
They agreed, but there's zero chance Green Bay drafts because that would really help their team, and there's zero chance they would do that. So
Devontae, say what?
He'll probably go to the Browns. The Browns actually draft really well. They'll probably go to it. But anyway,
I'm playing with Baker. I feel poor guy.
Me either. Poor guy.
Maybe Case Keenum.
Well, Cory, let's get into bar none real quick. Ohio State's number one offense in the country. They just are. I know Mississippi State when they want to be offense. When they want to be, but up and down the roster, up and down the stat line, up and down the season.
They're the best three receivers in the country. That's indisputable. I don't care.
Ranking wise, they are. That Virginia not going to beat now after that beatdown they took. They're just a fantastic offense. They're going to be well over probably 550 yards a game after this.
Yeah.
They're the best offense in the country. It is odd that they slowed down last week against Nebraska, who's actually ranked high in offense and not in defense. But anyways, this is the best offense in the country, bar none. So let's move over. Once again, on last week, I thought you could maybe say the defense was fixed because they held the 12th ranked offense in Nebraska to pretty much 17 points. That's awesome against 12th ranked offense.
On the road, yeah.
And now the defense again gives up yardage way over opponent's average. I think Purdue is, top 50 in offense or something. I think they average like.
They're a solid offense, and I think O'Donnell is a pretty decent quarterback.
I think it was right over 400 yards.
Is it O'Donnell or O'Connell? I can't remember which one it is.
Maybe 390 yards. Something I looked up, like 390 yards a game they average. Yeah. Decent moving the ball. We gave up 481 and 390 passing yards. And I'll say it, that score should have been, if I want to give Ohio State a touchdown, let's give Purdue one. That should have been 66-38 or 59-38. That was just a busted coverage at the.
I can't let it happen on Cam Brown.
Against Bell.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bell's a great receiver. That's no question. But Cam Brown's supposed to be. He doesn't get beat like that usually.
Yeah, well, he didn't try
O'Connell,
to get depth.
not O'Donnell. O'Connell.
Okay.
I just took.
He didn't try to get depth, which makes me wonder: are you expecting safety help over the top? And if he does expect safety help over the top, he didn't.
Shaw's late. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm.
Does anybody like Shaw other than his parents? I mean, I'm not trying to rip on the kid personally. I think he's probably a really cool kid and great person, but. He's just not getting it done at safety. I don't think.
No, I think you said other than his parents. I think there's even actually some rumblings.
I played a joke on one of our fan friends saying, they do the thing on Twitter now. This guy plays football today.
Yes, I saw you do that.
Bryson Shaw plays football today. Everybody's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, something about the parents doesn't want him to come home for Thanksgiving unless he picks it up. It's pretty brutal. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Like, no, I preparing a doghouse for you, son.
Yeah, no,
you were in our doghouse.
I hope the kid improves. I really do because he's got a lot of athleticism. I hope one day he's an Ohio State star. It's just
know what's sad is already people are trying to say he's slow, and that's not the case at all. He's not slow. He just
gets there slow.
Yeah, he just doesn't know where he's going.
It is sad to see this in the defense. Corey again, hardly ever blitzes.
That was a Kerry Coombs special. It was weird.
It was. And it was like with Matt Barnes, instead of Kerry Coombs going man all the time, we just go zone all the time. We gave up 5 for 10 on third downs, which isn't
rush 4, rush 3, whatever. We don't barely blitz, and we try to keep
Garrett gets 23 snaps or something like that.
Yeah.
We're rotating like crazy. Zach Harrison had the most DN snaps with 30. What?
I don't know, man. I don't know. They're just rotating like crazy. And then in the second half, we were playing Eichenberg a lot. And I wanted to see more Steele Chambers. I think, the more reps for that guy, the better. because
He did get the most snaps for linebackers, which is
Yeah.
good. They figured it
He
out. A little
he
late.
finally started. Yeah.
A little late. They figured it out.
I mean, he and Simon have got to be the starter. Look, I like Taraja Mitchell as a person. I just don't think he has it. I mean, he was getting burned a little bit out there.
Yeah, for some reason, it's just not coming together there.
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
This zone defense with no pressure is frustrating.
It is because they just pick you apart, little dink and donkey, all day long.
There's going to be a hole in the zone eventually, and it's just they wait, fire. Sean Clifford did it, but when we got pressure, the defense looked lights out.
And
but when he didn't get pressure, we looked awful, and that was the story again yesterday. Except there was no pressure, no sacks.
And I'm not totally blaming him for this, but for a guy who talked a little bit of trash last few weeks, Denzel Burke got his lunch eat taken away from him. You know,
that comeback route really gave him trouble.
Yeah, David Bell's eating his lunch, and again, it's David Bell. He's a really great receiver. He's one of the best in the country, let alone Big Ten. I'm not saying that Denzel should have locked him down and got him. I mean, plus they do a lot of dinking and dunking. He's going to get some catches and whatnot just off that alone. But it seemed like when they needed 8 yards, they got 8 yards. It was just no problem.
David Bell, 11 catches, 103 yards. We kept him in front, no touchdowns. I guess that was the game plan.
He dropped one.
Yeah, he did drop one. We dropped him.
I couldn't believe Brown got beat that bad. That shocked me because Brown is a solid corner.
Well, I 100% think that was seeing how many times people seem confused in coverage. I 100% think that was a confusion where he was playing shallow and he thought he had a safety right over the top.
They might have been playing cover 2 there. Yeah, I got.
Or I think they may not have been playing cover 2, and Brown just thought they were.
Maybe
you know what I mean?
But this is the first game we can. This is the first game we can look at Matt Barnes and say, you know what, Matt, I'm not going to doubt you because you've been good up until now, but you need to. If I want to see how Matt Barnes responds to this game, and does he say, well, we did keep him under this amount of points, we won the game? Does he do the Luke Fickell thing where the defense was terrible every game, and he says, we won, didn't we? You know,
we won, didn't we? Though JT Barrett special.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I hope Matt Barnes is vying for this job and says, that's not good enough. We're going back to the drawing board. I'm going to fix this. This is ridiculous. That's what I'm hoping to see from a young guy like that.
Speaking of players not cutting it and defense and, we won, didn't we? Did you see today on Twitter, somebody tagged us and brought up the JT Borland special?
Did you see that? Yeah.
That warmed my heart. Thank you, sir. That warmed my heart.
We kind of stopped doing that because we really don't want to keep putting players on blast all the time. And not to mention, it's I will say this. I saw it in your post game when somebody compared Shaw to JT. Come on, guys. I mean, look.
I was like, I had to move on really quick.
Yeah, look. I mean, I'm not saying JT's my favorite quarterback ever, but I mean, come on. He had 150 touchdowns. I mean, that's a little different.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure there's a secondary player out there that was just okay that you could compare to JT, but like you're not going to compare him to one that's just flat bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like doesn't make any plays ever. I mean, JT made some plays.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And I guess people say, well, Shaw broke one up against Penn State. Look, that's
one play in 9 games now.
Yeah. So we heard those whispers, Cory, about Cam Martinez getting. I've heard Kieran Shanker even told me this. Look, he said it's hard to play safety. It's hard to learn it.
I'm sure
it's hard to get, and that's why we haven't seen. Look, Marcus Hooker. I don't know what the deal is. We knew he wasn't very good last year, and we know he did some stuff in the offseason he shouldn't have done. So
he's just constantly in the doghouse, man.
Yeah, I can see maybe he's why he's not in there, but like you gotta, man. I would like Seven Banks. I'm glad at the snap count. I think they had him down at like 10 or 20. He needs to take way less snaps than Burke and Brown. I'm like, but
Williamson for that matter. Williamson playing better than him.
Can we get can Ryan Watts play free safety?
Yeah,
I guess not.
I mean, who's fast enough to play it back there? Because they were going back to that single high a lot, it looked like, and they're trying to keep everything in front of them. I don't know. It looked like the linebackers were getting confused in coverage as well. I mean, Purdue did a lot of good. They did a lot of different looks and just getting the ball out quick.
The ball out quick really helped. Really hurt our stat numbers.
Yeah.
Who was it? Oregon did the same thing. Ball quick. But it's like
move the pocket, ball quick, everything to get our defensive light off balance. Yeah.
So it's kind of like we said, well, they're going to get the ball out quick, so just sink in coverage because you won't get home anyway. And that was not a good
we were
plan.
definitely playing it. We were definitely bailing a lot in the cover 3, a lot trying to get away from allowing the big play, which still burned us because Shaw would bite on the play action and then he'd get burned in the backfield. So,
real quick, Cory, this was brought up by Chris Drew on Minnesota Morning Show, and
I did hear that show. Yes, that's a great show. Yeah,
but this is a great point by Chris. Why is Steele Chambers so good? But he's the linebacker that has been coached by Al Washington the least.
I mean, let's be honest though. I mean, it's a fair point, but we also got to remember Al's guys aren't really in the rotation totally just yet, other than Cody Simon. I mean, you could say Eichenberg too, maybe, but I mean, TreVeyon Mitchell wasn't Al's guy. I mean, Al likes him, of course.
It's not that the recruiting; it's the development.
Well, I think that Cody Simon is developing. We could say that fairly. Steele, I think, could it be a testament to Al Washington's coaching that Steele Chambers moved one position so quickly and he's already this good? It is. I mean, he's getting better too. It isn't. He's gotten better throughout the season. I mean, how is that? How can we not at least give Al some kind of credit for that?
Because I would say you weren't involved with this guy very much, and he's really good. All these other guys,
well, he's not ruining them.
Yeah, because he's not been around. But you can say there's about 10 other guys you have ruined.
Perhaps. I don't know if he's ruined some guys.
We don't know. We don't know. But I'm just saying the guy that's played with him the least is the best. Simon's not ready. Eichenberg's not ready.
Well, Simon's okay.
Mitchell's
Simon's
not ready.
Okay. Simon's had some moments.
He's okay, but he's really bad in pass coverage. And look, Pope and Gant had to hit the road. None of the guys that have been
they weren't
there
his
with
guys.
him,
yeah,
they weren't his guys, but they are his guys. He coaches them. He can't make them better. That's what worries me.
All right, that's fair. I look at it this way, all too. I would say the linebackers we've been forced to kind of recruit really aren't in. They're not Malik Harrison and where they fit the scheme we're trying to run.
That's true.
I'll tell you right now, we just got a huge boom in Sonny Styles, a 5-star Ohio kid, which was huge.
Yeah.
Boom. We needed to keep him in state, and he was a risk to go to Notre Dame because his brother was there. And apparently at one point Clemson tried to get involved in that one, but Clemson ain't recruiting anybody this year. But anyway, that being said, Sonny Styles is already 6'4", 215. He's going to be a linebacker, a tall range. Yeah, he's going to be a tall, rangy linebacker like CJ Hicks. Those guys, the tall, rangy, fast, quick linebackers, are more adaptive to what Ryan Day's scheme with the single high.
Steele Chambers, a guy that can run all over the field.
Steele Chambers has got more athleticism than any linebacker we have on the field. And that's another thing.
This is what I will say to maybe help Al and the guys out. We're asking them to run a 4-2-5, where Marcus Williamson's essentially the third linebacker.
Yeah.
I don't look. I'm not a football coach. I can only imagine that's more difficult when these guys have ran 4-3 and 3-4 their whole lives to run this. You know what I mean? You only have two linebackers on the field at once. So you got to have one that kind of resembles a Mike and one that resembles a Sam, but both of them have to be able to stop the run and be very hybrid. I do think that's a difficult ask, and like you said, with TreVeyon Mitchell's and Tommy Eichenberg's. Those aren't guys you can say range half the field with.
No, they don't have the length. They don't have the size. They don't have the quickness. Yeah, speed.
The speed is really the look.
But that's the thing we're talking about with the 6'4" linebackers they're recruiting. These guys like Gabe Powers is another one who might end up being defensive end. Who knows? But
huge.
They're huge. I mean, if these guys actually play linebacker, look how many passing lanes and the RPOs that kill us all the time. They can close down.
Is Reed Carrico do you think he'll remain a linebacker?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So, and he's quick enough. I think guys like TreVeyon and Tommy Eichenberg,
who was one of the top linebackers in the country coming in, if he can't develop him, then I will agree totally with you that Al's got a development problem.
Yeah, I think it's already there. I think
maybe
one thing I think I'm really good
it.
at. I think I'm able to spot this stuff. I was able to spot it with Combs.
You can. I'll give you that credit. You know me. I like to wait.
You do, and you are nuanced, and you're good at nuance, and you're good at showing the layers of things. I just think Ohio State has this problem where they fire people too late, and it bites them. And
it has bitten them. That's true.
And I think the proof's in the pudding here. But I also do think this scheme is difficult. I think Tommy Eichenberg and I think TreVeyon Mitchell would thrive in a 4-3.
They would.
Maybe not be
3-4.
fantastic.
I actually think they'd thrive in a 3-4.
Yeah. But they wouldn't maybe be fantastic, but they would be much better than in this.
They'd be 110 tackle a year type guys.
Yeah, they're better than this scheme. So, hey, you guys decide in the comments. Hash it out. Like, am I being too hard on the guy? Or
am I being too easy on the guy? Team Johnny, Team Cory.
Yeah. Is it time for Al to go? That's really what it boils down to. So let me know what you guys think, and if you guys who would you want as a replacement? I don't even know good linebacker coach. Look, whoever. There's two at Wisconsin.
Yeah,
I think Jim Leonard's co-defense coordinator and another guy. I would definitely take anybody that's got anything to do with Wisconsin linebackers. Come on,
I still want James Laurinaitis to come in.
That would be cool. Be cool.
I think he's one of those guys who wasn't the most athletically gifted on the planet, but he was a really great linebacker. Those guys make the best coaches. Like Brian Hartline's a perfect example. They make the best coaches.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Dane Sanzenbacher to come coach wide receivers next.
I don't know why. I don't know why anybody's not vying for Brian Hartline's job.
Yeah. All right, Cory, went along, but I think it was really good stuff. I think it was a lot to talk about. Sparty this weekend. We'll get some more shows out this week. I think I'll bring Kevin Moon on.
And I won't be in Jacksonville this week, so I can actually help you get get some shows out.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And we'll talk about Sparty. And again, come see us and hang out on this Saturday. So appreciate you, Cory. Appreciate you guys. As always, goodbye. God bless. Go Bucks.